Okay, so continue with the comfrey, but before that I gotta feed my chicken with that. So we harvest a bunch of comfrey, trash bags of them. This is what you need. This right here is what I feed the trees. See this? This is comfrey. So what you do with comfrey is I start out with a bucket like this. You know, Home Depot bucket you could get from Home Depot. And I would pour in about, I'd say about that much into the bucket. You can see it? See it in there? So I pour this stuff in there. It's osmocost plus it's plant food. And then I get a bunch of potassium. Dump it in this bucket. This is what my tree is fed on. So this one is fish fertilizer, which is the fish emulsion, Alaskan fish water. It smells like it smells really bad. So you want to mix it in there with the osmocost and the potassium. This right here is seaweed extract. So give it a shake. Same thing. You wanna, pour it into here and mix it like so. Then you wanna get your water hose. Just get your water hose. And just, fill it up halfway. Mix it in there. Get an option in there so it creates some bubbles. There we go. I'll show you guys when you irrigate the water. So it's gonna cause a bubble. So the bubble right there. It's live bacteria. It gives it, a chance to grow. So you take the comfrey that you harvest in your yard, dump it into the bucket. You want this thing to be in the bucket until it dissolves. So you want to label this, and you want to keep it for about 3 or 4 months in the sun. All right. This thing should be in the sun, full sun, because the longer you let it sit in the sun, the longer that comfrey's gonna rot. And what happens is this comfrey, the leaf, let me get you a better one. The comfrey, the leaf, dissolves into like a paste or a liquid, and that disperses into the water. That's what you're gonna use to fertilize your trees, your fruit trees. And with this, I can tell you that it does work because we had a buddy of mine. His name's George. He's on here. He used this to feed one of his some of his avocado. He said the avocado he couldn't get it to grow, but when he started using the comfrey, within a year, he noticed a big amount of growth, 6 foot. With my friend John, his tree started from a little graft about 1 foot tall. It was a seedling, so we grafted, and now his tree, I think it's about maybe 13 feet or 15 feet maybe within 2 years. But the first year it shot up about 10 foot. The tree might be bigger now. I haven't seen it probably in about 6-7 months. But I'm gonna do a video on that for you guys. So anyhow, comfrey is what we use to feed our fruit trees here. So that is it, man. So you use that as your fertilizer. You want to fill this bucket up with water. I'm gonna show you. And when you fill it up with water, you're gonna let it sit for about 3 or 4 months in the sun with the lid covered. You want to date it so that way you know when you made this batch. And every once in a while you want to open it and stir it with a stick, you know, so it keeps it evenly, you know, rotten. So every once in a while you want to open it up because you want to have a lid. And every once in a while, you want to stir it. I know people hate, opening this stuff and stirring it. I usually make it in like a large trash can where you could get it, from Home Depot or Walmart. Those gray one where people use them for yard waste. Anyway, you can make it in that big batch. That's what my friend does. He would put a air stone next to the garage, and that air bubble is going to keep the fertilizer and the comfrey circulating, so it creates that bacteria growth. So I want to stir this thing a little bit more so that when I close the lid on this, it's going to start to decompose within a matter of days. But I'm going to keep this batch for about, I would say, 4 months, 4 or 5 months, because I recently already fertilized my tree, so we don't need this batch right now. I made a bunch of them, so. Oh wait, put your lid back on. Here, let me show you before I put my lid back on. Hold on. Let me show you. So it's gonna look like that, and then you just close your lid. Keep it there for about, like I said, 3 to 4 months, but we're not going to use this one. The longer you leave it, the more bacteria and ammonia is going to grow, and that's what you want. So the nitrogen, it has potassium in there. It has the potassium in there, so that's pretty much it. And you would take it and feed it to your trees once it's done. This is the fertilizer that I recommend it, for any fruit trees. That's what we use, and that's how a lot of my mangoes are holding up a bunch of fruits. You can see this one right here. Look at this Jakarta. There, this one's shooting up fruits everywhere. So, and with new growth, that's how you tell if the tree's healthy or not. But yeah, Comfrey is very easy to grow. You can take cuttings from the roots. This tree is very, very easy to grow. You take cuttings from the roots. You could divide it into like 5 or 6 pieces. Put them down. Each one of those pieces is going to grow a new plant. Just by the roots, by the way. So, and once you have a bunch of them, you keep dividing them. You trim them off, and then you dig them up. You want to divide them so that way they can grow new plants, a bunch of them, and yeah, you can have free fertilizer for the rest of your time gardening or whenever you want to stop. But yeah, Comfrey, it grows everywhere, so it's very easy. It's one of those plants where it's impossible to die. So if you kill if you end up killing a Comfrey plant, don't worry, because you're gonna have a bunch of them. But yeah, that's it. That is what we use. So. I don't know where my chicken went. They already took off after they ate. So, all right, that's it. I'm gonna end the video today, and that's about it.